Thank you again for everybody's that is here. As always, at a Selling on the Spot event, if you can be on camera, fantastic. We would love for you to do so because we care so much about relationship building and knowing who's in the room. If you need to pop off camera or choose to be off camera, that is fine too. Okay, so no problem on that regard because people are already putting things into my chat. That is fine. And Debbie is in the Niagara Falls, and or not the Niagara Falls. we're looking for her to be in the image. Gotta love virtual backgrounds. So welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. Please be, for those of you on camera, please be on gallery view so that you can see each other, get to know each other. Again, we care about relationship building in the Selling on the Spot community. Please have the chat open on the side. Tammy is fantastic, as most of you already know. You've already done some type of work or training with her, in which case, you know, she's probably going to answer your question, so you don't even need to ask. But yes, you can capture some questions in the chat. I will be moderating. I will be watching them. But for the sake of connection, if you can all right now, please put into the chat only where you are from. So city, state, or province and country. Not a sales pitch, not your audio business card, just where you are from, because we love seeing the different provinces, states, and possibly countries. I believe we're mostly Canadian and American. I think that's attending today. Anyways, I am still in Durham, Ontario, Canada for less than 2 more months, and then I will be popping around from different locations. So I'll keep you all guessing. You'll just have to watch where I am. I'm going on a little adventure for the next few months. So very excited about that. I wish I was going Tammy's direction based on all the photos she keeps posting, but I'm not going out to BC, sadly. So with that, all right, welcome. Thank you everybody again for joining us. Please have paper and pen or wherever you're taking notes. If you've been with us the past 2 events, you know we're probably taking 4 pages of handwritten notes just to keep up with Tammy. And of course, you get the recording because you'll want it to go through it again to then be able to apply all this amazing information. As always, we have time for Q&A at the end and personalizing it a little bit to the types of business that you're in, which is why I will in a moment let you do your audio business card, which is the way that you powerfully, clearly, and concisely introduce yourself to all of us here. So with that, I am going to go into the presentation and get us started. So again, welcome to another amazing Selling on the Spot event. This event is part of the division called Selling on the Spot Marketing. So again, I'm proudly here with Tammy Hudgin, and this is the 3rd part in our series. This is the Facebook series today specifically for your personal page. I'm excited to see and hear how much you each learn, because if you saw my post last night, some of you are posting, you know, personal photos and what you're eating and what your pets are doing, and all of that is great because we want to learn about the person. But there are great strategic ways to be doing business on your personal page as well. So I am Jane Warr, also known as Trainer Jane. I am a communications and sales trainer, a 5-time international best-selling author and stage speaker. Looking forward to in-person events at some point in time where I can be on a stage again other than virtual, but loving our virtual platform and community. I am best known under the Selling on the Spot brand for Selling on the Spot Marketplace, which started it all over 5 years ago. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any challenges, if you're interested in knowing more about how I can help you personally and professionally in regards to communications or sales training, anything to do with your business, because I've pretty much done it all and gone through it all and happily pay that forward. So we can book no obligation complimentary consultation too, if you like. You can even put that into the chat if you're interested in reaching out with me. Under the Selling on the Spot brand, we are considered a business training company, proudly offering no cost, low cost, or discounted trainings and services like this one today. And these are exclusive under the Selling on the Spot brand, exclusive as to what the exact packaging is and or pricing. And I'm always looking for new leadership, collaboration, joint venture opportunities. So again, if you see a fit between you and I, then please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Now, again, we're not here at Selling on the Spot Marketplace, but so that you are all informed in case you have not attended one yet. They are fun and profitable events, currently all virtual. And we proudly have a global inclusive community. It's for any person of any business type anywhere around the globe. And we care about helping you learn and then be able to sell in our marketplace ethically, efficiently, and effectively. So briefly, to let you know that Selling on the Spot brand proudly now has 9 divisions. Selling on the Spot Marketplace, which I just mentioned, Selling on the Spot Mastery, which is a 3-tiered video series that got halted by the pandemic, and we're actually recording it this week, which is very exciting. Selling on the Spot Marketing with our own Tammy, who is part of our marketing division as our partner for Facebook. And then Selling on the Spot Media Training, which is the collaboration with the Queen of Pitch herself, Forbes Riley. Please check that out if you don't know what that one is yet. Selling on the Spot Masterclass, where I excitedly train you how to sell better, sell more, especially in our marketplace events. Selling on the Spot Systems, which is our 12-month roadmap for your business for those of you that really want growth this year. Selling on the Spot Resources, just what that sounds like, more resources to help you grow your business. And we proudly also have financial training and mindset related training for you as well. So please consider us when you're looking for more training to grow yourself either personally or professionally, again, providing you no cost, low cost, or discounted offers exclusive under the Selling on the Spot brand. So with that, I would love to go around the room and have you each, the virtual room, have you each introduce yourselves, your audio business card style. So if you're not familiar with this yet, then you can take a screenshot or jot it down really quickly. But the purpose of this is to be clear and concise. This isn't the marketplace. This isn't your sales pitch time. Please do not pitch us anything. It's basically just starting with, hi, my name is, and then who is it that you help, with what problem, and how do you help them? So I perhaps would say I train, because I personally changed the word help to train because I am a trainer. So I say I train entrepreneurs and business owners how to overcome sales related challenges by inviting them to fun and profitable events called Selling on the Spot Marketplace. So that's just an example, keeping it clear, keeping it concise, keeping it one sentence, because we're not here to elaborate on that. And it's a great way for Tammy and I to know who you are, who's in the room, so that she can cater this presentation to you. And again, if you hear something from one another, I would love you to do business with each other. Reach out to each other after today. Okay, so we do have the chat if you want to connect with each other. We do have personal names on the screen for that exact reason as well. So with that, I ask you all to unmute yourselves so we can quickly go through your audio business card. Let's go to Alka first, please.
Hi, my name is Alka, and I help beautify customers' homes, people's homes, or cottages or gardens by creating unique and painted items on unusual surfaces.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Marie? You're muted. You're still muted, but I went to you anyway. Please unmute everybody.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Marie. My passion is to help friends and family and their pets, their horses too, take control of their health with a discovery in medicine that's so profound. This little yellow pill addresses all the things we don't want to see.
Wonderful. Thank you. Marsha?
Hi, I'm Marcia from Toronto, and I love to help entrepreneurs and business owners like you take their health to the next level by reducing stress, feeling more energized, and removing some extra weight through my online programs and my one-on-one coaching.
Thank you. Abby?
Okay, I'm Abby Bassi Cripps, and I refer to myself as a computer technologist. I help people with all their technical issues. I've come across a wide range of issues, and I've always come up with a creative solution for everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you. Marlene?
Hi, everybody. I help families with their improving their health and their wealth by offering solutions through sustainable, healthy living products through my Arbonne business.
Wonderful. Thank you. Diane?
Hi, everybody. I'm Diane. I'm from Montreal, Quebec. Habs, go. And I help people benefit from service type savings and unique product offerings through a specific technology-based platform with my iBoomerang business.
Wonderful. Thank you. The other Jane that's in the house with us today.
Hi, I'm Jane Doucette, and I'm in the business of building confidence in women through fashion, be it personalizing their wardrobe or building a business.
Thank you. Debbie?
Hi, my name is Debbie Goen. I work with women in midlife who are recently divorced and living alone. And I do that through coaching packages and one-on-one coaching right now. So
Wonderful. Thank you. Elaine?
I'm Elaine Silverthorne. I help my friends and family look and feel confident with their clothing as we build a fashion team together as customers and stylists with She's Got Legs.
Wonderful. Thank you. Patricia?
I help people to live an alternative healthy lifestyle by using essential oils and supplements through my Young Living business.
Thank you. Susie?
Hi, my name's Susie Rosenstein. I coach women 50 plus, midlife gals, stop wasting time and start getting excited about their lives again. And I do this through life-changing coaching. I know, rock on, right? Life-changing coaching. And I have a podcast, Women in the Middle, and through coaching programs. And I have a book, 50 Ways to Celebrate Life After 50.
Awesome. Good way to get a lot in there in that long sentence. Thank you. And Jenny?
Hello, everyone. My name is Jenny Hall, and I help you take the chore and the toxicity out of cleaning by providing you with these Austrian-made annual fibers and water to clean.
Perfect. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, Heather.
Hi, my name is Heather Phillips. I am from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada, and I am in the business of helping people who are in pain, back pain specifically, win over their pain and win their game, winthepaingame.com. And basically, I do that with a 3-step simple process, and I do it with energy work. So anything you ever wanted to know about energy work, I'm your gal.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So thank you everyone for being here live or watching the replay. Today we seem to be full of women today. We'll see if anyone else is joining us too. I know we have some men registered as well, and all good, all good. So with that, let's give Tammy a round of applause. You know her value. You know that she over delivers every single time. So proudly, Tammy, so excited to be partnered with you. I pass it over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So today I'm excited because today we're going to be talking personal timelines, which I don't think people truly use it to their best ability. One thing you need to know when it comes to Facebook, if you want the algorithms in your favor, your personal timeline is going to do that for you. They don't put the restrictions as much on our personal timeline when it comes to algorithms. Okay, so they're in your favor right off the bat. Okay, there's no business pages we reach 1% on your personal. They don't publish what that percentage might represent, but based on my own working my personal timeline and seeing where engagement comes from and how much engagement, I've realized that our personal timeline will always give us the most visibility and most engagement. So I thought, well, you know, how do we work our personal timeline without breaking any Facebook rules? There's the Facebook rule around personal timelines and mixing it with business is like this really gray area. So what you need to know is that you cannot create a personal account in a business name. Okay. Now you're going to see people have done that, but eventually they get caught and they lose their account. Don't put yourself in that situation of losing your account, okay? I'm fortunate, I'm knocking on wood, 15 years, 16 years of using Facebook, and I've never, ever been locked out. I've never been hacked. I've never, nothing. So I'm grateful for that. I'm going to show you one little trick that you'll do though, as a backup in case something does happen to your account. You don't want to lose all your content. So I'm going to show you a quick little tip that you'll be able to do. So you cannot have a a personal account in a business name. It doesn't say that I can't use my personal timeline for business. That's the gray area. So I kind of go in between. I have this ruling that I know I can use my personal strategically so that I'm not looking like I'm selling. So I'm not breaking any rules that we're not 100% aware of. At the same time, there are zero rules about sharing content from a business page onto a personal timeline. So you need to take advantage of that element as well. Okay, so I'm going to go into share screen. We're going to jump in, and right off the bat, I'm going to show you a quick tip just so that you are prepared. So I recommend, guys, whenever you're doing any work on Facebook, and I don't know if I've mentioned this in the previous sessions, but to work from a desktop. When you start working from a phone or a tablet, you're instantly working inside the Facebook app. And the app doesn't have all the same features, and it can be frustrating to find. But when you work off of a desktop, you're going to get the web version of Facebook as opposed to the app. So visually, you can see much more, but it's easier to work with and find what you need. So I always work from my desktop when I'm doing anything to do with my business, no matter what. I only use my phone to quickly check things. So when you're sitting on your home tab, you're going to click the drop down arrow in the top right hand corner of Facebook, and you're going to go into settings and privacy, and then just click on settings again. Now I think it's under, no, I just have to find where they moved it to. I didn't think it was privacy. Yeah, it is. Okay. So then under settings down the left-hand side, you're going to click on privacy, and you're going to click on the tab that says your Facebook information. This is going to allow you to download a copy of everything you've ever put out on your personal timeline. It will download your friends list. It will download your photos, like literally everything. So you'll see here it says download profile information. You just click on view. There should be a download. Here we go. So when you go in here, you can pick a data range. Okay, so I just choose all time. It's going to download it into a zip file, and that way it's not going to take up memory. So it'll be easy, right? And I never extract the zip file. I just leave it sitting as a zip. Okay, because I will only extract it if I need it. But what you're going to see is you can actually check off what specifically you want to download. So you can, I do everything, but you can specifically go through and say, well, I only want this or this or this, okay? Once you determine what you want to download, you would then click the create file. At that time, Facebook, a message will pop up. Facebook will let you know that they're in the process of downloading that for you. You will then receive both an email and a Facebook notification once they've completed the download with a link. And yes, it's okay to click on that link. Okay, and it will take you to where the file is sitting, and you will download it onto your computer. You can do the same for your business page. So just go into your settings on your business page, and it's going to be on the general tab at the very bottom, almost at the very bottom, it'll say download your page. Okay, so you can do the same thing for your business page so you don't lose anything. All right. Susie, I missed how to get this step. So once you've clicked privacy, you're going to click your Facebook information. Okay.
Let me just jump in just to say, is that already not a wow point? Like who's already done their backup, or who knew that they could do their backup? That already was right. Worth this presentation, and you've been sharing for what, 3 minutes?
I know.
So
And
awesome.
it's sad that people aren't aware that they can do this. And for the amount of people that get locked out of their accounts and they have to start over, they've been hacked, whatever it might be. And you think, oh my gosh, like literally I've lost everything. You haven't. Okay. You can at least go back and get the content. And I do mine about every 3 months. Okay. So put it on your calendar. Right? Schedule it every 3 months to go in and do this download so that you always have your current information. Okay? One of my favorite things. All right, I'm just now going to go to my actual personal timeline. I'm going to walk through a couple of different things that I think you should set up automatically as a business owner. Now, when it comes to cover photos, guys, have fun with that. There's no rule. This is your personal. So it's an opportunity to, our business page banner is really for selling and marketing. Let's utilize our personal to at least showcase something about us on a personal level. And of course, I tend to use my own photography for that. Okay. I want you to look at your personal where I still need to have personal into it, but I'm strategically doing other things. Okay. And I just think the personal cover photo should be that. Okay. But that's a personal thing. That's just me. Okay. But just underneath here, you're going to see where I have this thing. It says sign up for my monthly newsletter with a link. Okay. If you click on edit it, if you have never done this, I'm trying to remember what it says. I think it's like about me. No, it's like a mini profile bio or something. I apologize, but if you've never set this up, you'll see it. It'll say something else here, but you can click on edit. Now it's limited characters and it's defaulted to public. You cannot change the privacy. So I looked at it and said, well, if it's automatically public, then I'm going to use it to my advantage for anyone who's creeping me on Facebook. So I do it for my monthly newsletter. So think about that. What can you put in here that can at least drive traffic somewhere? Okay. And again, it's limited characters. And you can change it as often as you need. So Jenny could do her monthly specials. Check out my monthly customer specials, and she could change it out every month if she wanted. Okay, so keep that in mind. The other thing that most people don't really pay attention to is down this right-hand side here, left-hand side here. These elements here are opportunities for you to drive traffic to certain places or maybe showcase something. So I'm actually going to go into the About tab and break this down for you. So you're going to go into your About tab. Now, the first tab will say Overview. We're going to skip that. That's, like I said, just an overview, but we're going to go to Work and Education. Here's a pet peeve of mine when it comes to business owners. And don't get offended if you fall into this category after I say what it is. No, if I'm looking for you, let's say we start a conversation in a group. Odds are I'm going to creep you. That's just a given. I'm going to go to your profile. I'm going to see what I can find out about you. And you know how many times people don't have a link to their business page on Facebook? And I'm like, oh, why? I don't even know what your business is. Your personal tells me nothing. So if anything, please, and I'm going to use Jenny again for an example. Jenny works for a MLM company called Enya. Here's what happens. This is what a lot of people will do. So where it says company, you will start typing the business page name. So whatever your business page name is. So I'm just going to start with typing Enyo because I want you guys to see what happens when you go and say, well, I work for Enyo. So I say, oh, I work for Enyo Canada. Yay. This is going to create a link that's going to take anyone who comes to your profile to Enyo's business page, not yours. So don't put your company, the She's Got Legs ladies, don't put She's Got Legs, put your business page. So instead, I would be typing in, I'm not sure your page, Jenny, but I'm going to see if I can find it. But I would start type, there it is. Oh, I spelled your, oh, no, that's not you. Look at that. There's another ad, Jenny Hall with a Y, I. But you'll start typing and then you would select it. And now you have a direct link to your business page. Now, here's a little trick that most people don't realize. when you start typing things into Facebook, Facebook has set up things that are automatic links that drive traffic to certain places. So if I start assuming and fill out position and I'm the owner, as soon as I start typing, these features come up. Well, if I should choose one, if I say, well, I'm the owner, it's actually going to create a link underneath the business page link that's going to, when people click it, it's going nowhere. It goes to almost like a blank space. So don't waste your links. Don't have people coming to your timeline and clicking on things that are zero value. So I don't put a position. I do not even put a city or town. Here's what I want. All I want is for you to click on my business page link. It's all I want. Because if you click on it, you go right to my page and you can find out whatever information you need about my business. So the less links you have on your personal, the more traction you can bring to the stuff that is of value. At the same time, you can put your currently work here. If you'd like to put in when you started, you can do that. There are no links for this one. And it is, I'm not sure if it's defaulted to public, but what I do want to make sure you guys make it public. Don't leave this set to friends. I want people to see it. And then you'll hit save. Once you hit save, Facebook will ask you if you'd like to push this out into your news feed. Yes, because I can promise you, you'll get a couple of new page likes by doing that. People will see it and they will engage and they will like your page. So yeah, take advantage of that extra post. Okay, so that's adding your workplace. I do not add any previous work, none of that. Now, if it's valuable for Jane's in a position, she's very high, high level. So it is important for her to identify some of her very valuable work experiences or trainings or things like that she might have done. So she may opt to do that. It just really depends. You need to look at yourself, where you are at and what your end game is. Okay. So, but don't get carried away and put a whole bunch of links. Okay, guys, people are going to see it and they're just not going to bother. Okay. You can choose to add a college, high school. That's entirely up to you. Okay. The other one you want to look at down the left is contact and basic information. In here, guys, you have an option to add your website link and make it public, and links to your other social media platforms. So I go add social link. Come on. Add social link. There we go. And you'll see that there's a drop down arrow and you can choose which social links and you can set up as many as you want. So I can add my LinkedIn and then you would type in or paste in whatever your www is for that profile, right? I'm just going to do my Facebook one just because I know that one off by heart. But you would type in whatever that is. Okay, make sure it's set to public. So public is the world. Anytime you see a world, it means public. And then you would save it. And now there's a link that will drive traffic to my other social media platforms. Once you do one, you can add another one and you can just add as many as you want. Absolutely. Right? Where you want to drive traffic. Okay. And again, make sure it's set to public. Those were just some simple things that most people don't take advantage of. Now you're also going to see, I'm going to go back to my actual timeline. You're also going to see an element here called, it'll either say featured images or edit featured. And I think you can do 9. But here, edit, you can add, I think it's 9, photos that are defaulted to public. You can't physically change the privacy. Right? Most of us make our photos set to friends. So in this case, take advantage of this element and go, well, what photos can I use that might tie in with my brand or might tie in with my business, and put them on here. Okay. So what happens is, here's what happens. Underneath your cover photo to the right is 3 dots. Okay. When you click these, if you say view as, this is going to show us that my profile, I'm now seeing my profile from a public standpoint. So I physically can now see anyone who is not on my friends list what they can see when they come to my timeline. And I think it's important to check this and see. So there's my newsletter. Perfect. There's a link directly to my business page. Yay. And so forth. I do put where I live publicly, and that's for training purposes, so that people know that if they want to hire me for training, location will determine whether it's online or in person. You do not need to put your where you live publicly unless it does fall into place with your business. Okay, there are some photos that I do have set, and that's because those particular posts were set to public. But as you can see, you can scroll through and see what it is that people are seeing on your timeline who are not your friend. Okay, I don't tend to, let me just click home. I don't tend to put a lot of stuff out publicly anyways, and that's just a personal preference. I try to keep a little bit under the radar when it comes out publicly, because I don't want anything to happen to my profile. I'm okay if I lost my business page, I would survive, but I would really go in major panic mode if I lost my personal timeline. I can't even imagine. So I do keep myself somewhat a little bit under the radar for that reason. What you need to know, guys, anyone can flag your account, and you have zero opportunity to fight that. It's as soon as someone flags you, Facebook assumes based on that you've pissed them off, and they will shut you down. Okay, you don't get to say anything. So you can upset someone in a conversation, especially the way the last year has gone. Okay, there's been a lot of that. So be aware that what you're putting out on social media, if you offend someone, you could lose your account because of that. Okay. All right. So that's just a couple of basic little things. I'm going to do a stop share for a second. I just want to ask, just around those elements, any specific questions?
I was actually going to jump in and just ask, because I actually blocked 2 people recently because they didn't like my post, had 100-something positive comments, and one that just decided to slam all of us. So me blocking them, does that mean therefore they cannot kind of retaliate and try and?
Actually, as soon as you block somebody, it's like you no longer exist and they no longer exist. So no, you guys, even if you were in the same group as someone and you guys are both engaging on the same post, you would never see her stuff.
Perfect.
Right? Yeah. So my block list is massive. I block any of the fake accounts that try to friend request me. I am going to show you actually a quick little tip. Okay, guys. And this is just from a safety standpoint. So I think I have a couple of friends in here. I don't have any fake ones right now, but I'm just going to show you a little trick. So I'm going to go to this. Whoops. I'm going to go to this lady. So if you get a friend request and you're really, and I can tell you that if it's a man, usually a military, usually an older gentleman, odds are they're probably a fake account. But I'm going to just show you one little trick, and you need to be using Google Chrome when you do this. But when you come to someone's profile, if you click on their profile picture, hopefully, no, I can't. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. Oh, she must have it set to friends only. Perfect. So when you can open up their profile picture if it's set to public. If you right click, you can search Google for the image, and it will go through and try to find that image. And this works fantastic for the fake accounts because they usually pull their images off of the internet, and there'll be literally a list, and they'll tell you how many times even the name is being used with that photo. So this is a great way just to make sure. And as soon as that happens and I see that they're a fake account because they have numerous accounts and that photo's been used with different names, I block that person. I don't want them to have a chance for anything. Just for my own sanity, I think it is. Okay, so let me just do a stop share. I lost the chat there. Yeah, could you review that default tab for pics? Could you read that? Do you mean the view as? I think you mean the view as, James. So let me go in. All right. So you're going to go to your timeline, your personal timeline, and just under the cover photo, you will see to the right 3 dots. You're going to click on the 3 dots and you're going to say view as. And it will tell you at the top, this content on your profile is public. So they show you what information you're putting out publicly along with any photos that are set to public. So if you see photos that the public is seeing and you're like, uh-oh, you need to go to those photos and you need to change the privacy of them. Okay. I hope that answered your question there, Bruce. Okay. So before I jump into some strategic things that you can do on your timeline, I'm going to show you my most all-time favorite strategic tip that I could ever give you. It is like the coolest thing ever. Okay. So when you're sitting on, how do you change the settings on your photos? Okay, Marlene, before I jump into the strategic one there, I'm going to go back to my profile and you're going to click on the Photos tab. Now, odds are, here's 2 things you want to think about. First off, Facebook creates albums, defaulted albums for you. And I can tell you if you go to albums and you go to profile pictures, I can tell you that probably most of your profile pictures are set to public. So you go to the album and you click on the first photo. What people don't realize is when you upload a profile picture, it's defaulted to be public. So if you don't physically change it, when you replace the photo with another one, it stores the previous photo in this album called profile pictures. So you open up the first photo and you're going to look over to the right here and have your name, the date, and it will have the privacy. If you see a world, that means that photo's public. You just click on it. And now you'll be able to change the privacy. So the first place I want you to go, if you're seeing any photos showing publicly, go to your profile picture album. Odds are those are the photos that are showing publicly. Once you change the privacy, just click this little arrow. It'll take you to the next one. See, and I didn't catch that one, and change the privacy. And you can just keep going through until you don't see any more of the world. Now, having said that, you can also, when you go into photos, if you just click on your photos, you will see all of them there. So you can quickly scroll through to look for the photo that you're seeing publicly, click on it, and then you'll be able to, on the far right, change the privacy. Okay? Perfect. All right. So there's a feature, I'm going to actually stop share. I want to talk about the feature before I show it to you. So there's a feature that Facebook has provided right from the get-go. And I'm going to show you how to use this feature completely different for what it was intended for. So, oh, thank you, Debbie. She says your photos are beautiful. Thank you. So this particular feature is really cool for what it's intended, and odds are it's never going to go away. So you'll be able to use this. Diane's asking, should we put everything in private mode? That's up to you to decide what you put in private mode. I put specific photos out publicly, whether I've been asked, someone wants to share them or whatever. But it really comes down to you deciding what you're okay with being public. Okay, that's the decision you need to make. Okay, so when you do, this is actually, I will show you what this feature is intended for. It's easier this way. So let's say you're going to write a status. Okay, so testing. As soon as you write the status, you have your who it's going to be shown to. And most of us have it set up, our privacy setting that's being shown to friends. Now you have an option. So let's say Jenny she is looking for hostesses. She might want to write a post that only targets specific people around hostessing. So she can create what they call custom friends lists. And when you create a custom friend list, you can hide things. So as you're going to see, watch what I'm doing here. Okay. So all I did, let me start fresh. Okay, go back up. So I clicked to write a status. Then I click the privacy setting where it says friends. Now, because I have some of my lists already set up, As you're scrolling, it says public, friends, so forth, okay? But all these other lists come up and they're called your custom list. So let's say this one called engagement. Let's say this one was called potential hostesses. I would click on this and you're going to see that this post, only the people that I put on the hostess custom list will see this post. Only them. Okay. So let's say I did a post that's personal and I only want my family to see it and nobody else. I can change the privacy and I actually have, or I used to have a family one. So let's just say my kids. Okay. I can choose that only now my kids will see that post because I added their names to the list. And I'm going to show you this. So that's what this feature is for. Fantastic feature. Okay. It helps you to really control when you're putting statuses or information out on your personal timeline. Now you can be strategic from that aspect. Yes, Jane.
Yeah, let me just ask though, please, in regards to algorithms, how does that play into this? Because
yes,
are all those people still going to see them, or the algorithms still are going to work against us?
Well, algorithms are in your favor either way on your personal. You're already ahead of the game. So I can't tell you though, if I have, 100 people in that list and I have another list that has 20, I don't know how the algorithms work and will it push it out to all of them or is it only a certain percentage? That I cannot answer. So I think that might come down to a testing element for yourself, playing it and seeing where you get the best engagement. And it might help you figure out where the algorithms are truly. See, here's the thing. As soon as you get one engagement, your algorithms start working for you, right? So all of a sudden, it might just come down to the fact that your potential hostesses are more eager than potential recruits. So it could go out to all of them, but if nobody's engaging, then your algorithms aren't going to work anyways, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
So,
yeah, the reason I asked that is because others that are here with us or watching the replay might, similar to me, have 5,000 Facebook friends. So I generally put everything out publicly for absolutely everybody, but I don't know who's seeing it.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
and yes, our community in selling on the spot marketplace are the ones that engage the most. And that helps the algorithms. But now I'm just wondering if I should be segmenting like you just gave us.
Yeah. And I'm going to show you guys how to create these lists because then I'm going to show you how to use them on a strategic level, how I use them or how I used to use them. But yeah, the reality is that it's those custom lists just become a great way to truly be strategic about who you're targeting. Right. If you sat down, if you sat down and made a list, so you said, okay, here's my potential collaboration partners, and then here's my potential marketplace client customers, right? And break them out into different categories based on all the elements that you offer. You could literally create a list for each one of your forks, right? And now when you're marketing or you're promoting, you're just targeting those certain groups. So
Tammy, that's a game changer. Thank you.
Yeah. And it gets better and it gets better.
Oh.
So this is why I don't think this feature will go away because it's been there since day one. This custom friend list or privacy setting has always been there. So I don't think it will go away. So this is why I think it's a great feature to use. There's a quick question Susie had just to confirm putting sign up for free newsletter with hot link under your photo is cool. It's not too businessy on the personal page. I haven't had any negative feedback on doing that. And I've had mine up for over a year. So, and I've actually gotten some signups from it. I don't get huge amounts of signups. Don't get me wrong. It's not like bringing in tons of business for me. But it seemed to be the one that was at least getting some signups. The one on my business page wasn't. Right. So it just, it's whatever works best, right? What you can think.
Tammy, you were sending them on your page where though? To your newsletter?
Yeah, under my cover photo.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But
yeah,
how were you able to know that they came through Facebook then? Or is
Oh,
that
yeah, that's just me monitoring it myself
perfect?
personally.
Okay,
I don't have
just
a
wanted that
tracking
for
system.
clarity. Yeah.
Sorry. Yes,
Yep,
sorry.
no worries. Thank you.
Okay, so let's jump into, let me close this. I'm going to show you, let me refresh so I get rid of it. It should say leave. Should ask me if I want to leave my thing. Wow, there we go. I just want to start fresh. All right. So now we're going to do the process of setting up a list, and then I'm going to show you how to use it strategically. Okay. Another way of using it strategically. All right. So when you're on your home tab, down the left, oh, my shortcuts are back. Oh, thank you. Sorry. I put a post out this morning on my business page. I was in panic mode because shortcuts were gone. This whole section was gone this morning. Yeah. And I was like, oh, and everyone was commenting saying they lost theirs too. And I'm like, no, don't take that away from me. Okay, sorry. So we have down the left-hand side, you're going to see these elements at the top, and there's a See More button. You're going to click the See More, and you're going to go to the tab that says Friend Lists. So this is where you create these lists, okay? So let's start with creating one. So sit down, figure out your lists. Break them all down, come up with titles so you know exactly what the lists are for. So this one I'm going to say potential, as you can see, I play with these for when I'm training. So potential hostesses, you can choose to add someone at this point, but you do not have to, okay? So you can just say create, or you can add people's names. Now there's a couple ways you can do this. You're going to see down the right that there's a little box that says add friends to this list. So I can start adding friends, hopefully. Come on, Facebook, pop up for me. There we go. So we add Jenny. Okay, so you could keep typing and do it this way. Okay, or you can go in, create all your lists. Okay, go to your timeline, click on your friends tab. You have 3 dots next to every person. And when you click these 3 dots, there's an edit friend list. So this is once you've created all your lists, okay? Just create them, get them set up. You go edit friend list and all your lists will show up here. And then you would just click and she gets added to your list. So you can now go through your friends list, click, 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 and start building all these lists, okay? Pretty cool. All right. So now I'm clicking home. So now here's the cool thing. Like, this is so cool. So I want you to think about this when you're creating lists. Who are you trying to target? Who are your peers? Who are the people with large networks? If you guys are not, creeping Jane War, you should be. She's got a massive network. You guys need to build a relationship with Jane War. She's got a massive business with a ton of knowledge, but she's also looking for you from a partnership standpoint, right? Lots and lots of value. So if Jane isn't on one of my strategic lists of making sure I'm engaging with her, then I'm missing the boat. So create that, who are those key players? Put them on a list. Think about all the ways you need to build your business. It's not just about getting someone to buy a product. It's not about getting someone just to host a party or, whatever. It's about also your peers, the networking people, the relationship building. So think of those aspects and use it strategically to build. So let me just check chat. Can someone be, yes, Jenny. So Jenny's asking, can someone be on more than one list? Absolutely. No limit, which is really cool. So, okay. So you're ready now? You got all your lists done. You're using them for your, setting privacies. Yeah. That was really cool, but I got a better one. Now, when I go to my actual friend list, so I go back into the tab that says friend list. Do you know each one of these lists creates a mini news feed of just those people? This is outside of your main news feed. Check this out. So I'm going to click on potential hostesses. So think about this. Every day on your calendar, you're going to slot 30 minutes and you're going to go through these lists. Oh, you guys haven't posted anything recently. Let me go to another one. Whoops, I didn't want to go there. So you're going to spend at least 30 minutes a day, and you're going to go through each one of your lists. Okay. And this is where you do your engagement. Like, how cool is this? Seriously. Right now I can go through and do engagement, strategic engagement. I want these people to see me. I want, to be known. I want to build a relationship, right? How friggin' cool. Jenny, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. Yeah, this is such, like, people don't realize the impact of what you can do with a personal timeline. And we know that we can build a friends list up to 5,000 people. I can tell you that I've done posts where I've had over 600 comments on a personal. Okay. If you can build your personal and keep that engagement, guys, you're guaranteed to grow your business. There's no question, right? Using this strategically is crazy. Now I'm even going to show you a better way. One more step of going even further with this feature. Okay.
I don't know if I can
All
handle
right.
it, Tammy.
I know. It's one of my, it's just truly mind blowing. Like, you guys it's just crazy, this feature. So here's the trick. Another trick for you. All right. Jane's going to have, she's doing a big anniversary celebration. Okay. It's going to be her, 5 years in business, and she's going to hold a fun event. She's choosing not to charge for it, but she just wants to, as many people as she can get on it. So you go, well, how do I reach the most amount of people? So I cannot take credit for this, what I'm going to teach you. I have no idea where it came from. I've learned it through the grapevine, and I call it 10-1-10. So 10-1-10. All right. I get so excited. So Jane's going, okay, I need to put this post out on July 1st, and I'm going to put it out at about 8 a.m. Okay, she's already planned. You got to plan this. So I know I'm going to do this. All right. I've got the post ready to go. Whether you open up a second Facebook window. So like when I'm working on the desktop, I can open up a bunch of windows. So I'll have a couple of Facebook windows open. So I'll have one Facebook, and you write your status. Don't hit publish. Don't hit post. Just write it. Leave it sitting there. Open up another window. This is what you're going to do. Okay. 10 minutes before you're going to hit the publish button. You are now, who do you want to see that post? So you have your strategic lists, right? So Jane's got whatever list they are. She's going to go into each list 10 minutes before she's going to hit the publish button. And she's going to do as much engagement as she can possibly do in 10 minutes. Engage, like, comment, whatever. Okay. By her doing this, two things are happening. One, she's just triggered the algorithms. The algorithms went, woo, Jane's online. Uh-oh, okay, we got to watch what Jane's doing, okay? At the same time, how many of us, when we get notifications, they get pushed to our phone, we swipe, and we quickly look to see if we have to respond to anything. So by her doing the engagement, every person she engaged with is now going to get a notification that Jane just commented or liked. So she's already brought visibility. 10 minutes, boom, 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 as fast as you can go, as many people as you can get done. Then you're going to go and you're going to hit the publish button on your post. Okay. Then you're going to go back into these lists, and I want you to do 10 minutes more of engagement. You can do new people. You can do the same people. Doesn't matter. 10 minutes more. What you just did was sandwiched your post in between the engagement. Well, the algorithms love engagement. So what they're going to do for you is they're going to take your post that you just published and push it out to all these people you were engaging with. That's how your algorithms work on your personal. When you engage with someone, it says, oh, she's interested. So Jane engages with Jenny, and the algorithm goes, oh, Jane likes what Jenny's doing over here. Let's push more of Jenny into Jane. And if Jenny responds to me, right, it's going to start pushing more of my stuff into Jenny. So it's just this way it works. So by doing this, if I want the most exposure that I can possibly get on a post, I'm going to do the 10-1-10. Okay. Sandwich your post in between the engagement because the algorithms literally are on fire. Within that 30-minute time frame of you doing what you're doing, they're just exploding for you. And you will start to see more engagement. Okay. Like, bam, like that's how you use this strategically. Marcia has a question for me as well. Go ahead, Jane.
I was just about to say, like, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt for like standing ovation on that one.
Oh, thank you.
For any of you that do half of what I do on Facebook, you've already given me 4 game changers today. And that one alone, I'm like, because everything I care about for my global community, this makes it a win-win-win. Because you gave the example of Jenny and I. Absolutely, I want to lift up Jenny more. And she already does lift me up more. So this is awesome because it's not just helping me in my business, but my entire global community. So, mwah, mwah, mwah.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Marcia, yes. Marcia has a question for me.
So there's even something more to this, I think, too. So if I create a list, let's say, of 500 particular people, and I want to target them about something specifically, and I make a post, and then they're all going to see it, right?
There's no guarantee they will all see it because the algorithms, it's up to Facebook to determine that. Okay.
Change that more will see it.
Yeah. Well, what happens is that only those people are targeted to see it. So now you're not wasting a post on someone who has of 0 value to you for that post. Let's say a family member, right? That 0 value for. So don't waste the algorithm on them seeing the post. Yeah. So you have a better chance. So what happens is only those people, whatever that percentage is of people in there, we don't know. Here's the other key though. Even if it's a small percentage to start, as those people start commenting on it, then the algorithms will continue to grow. Now you start hitting more people within that. So it's like I put a post out, I have 4,700 friends. What's the percentage? And am I wasting that? And I am wasting it because posts are going out to people I went to high school with that have no desire to or are not even needing my services. That becomes wasted.
Right.
So yeah.
The list then of a target market.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is so
I
good.
know. It is. And people don't use it, right? We really don't use it strategically. And
we don't know about it until now.
Exactly. And that's the thing, because no one ever talks about these things, right? It's so much focus is business page, that nobody really thinks about how to utilize some of the other features that can just, especially on a personal, when we know the algorithms are in our favor. Oh my goodness, right? Yeah, huge.
So, but here's another thing. So let's say I create a list of 500 people who are part of my target market.
Yeah.
And I make a post. Will those people be able to see the name of
No.
Okay.
Nope. And they don't even know they're on a list.
Right.
That's completely private. Yeah.
Okay.
Diane has her hand up for me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, just so that I just want to make sure I understand, when you speak about like why waste the algorithm, because you did say that, okay, so we'll use the extreme example of you with 5,000 friends. You put out a post, let's say just one post, and I mean, fair enough, maybe only a small percentage of those people is who you really care about that sees that post. That's fine. But still, all of these other people see the post anyway.
No, no, they don't. Oh, if I'm using the list, they don't.
No, I understand that.
Oh, sorry.
But it takes, it's just that it takes time to create a bunch of lists.
Oh, absolutely.
Versus you just put out one post and all 5,000 people it goes to. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm clear on like, what are you wasting other than?
Okay. So when it comes to Facebook, they control our content being seen.
Right.
So if I have, 5,000 people on my friends list, and let's say 1,000 of them are high school buddies. Okay.
That you don't care about. Yeah.
It's not that I don't care. No, please. If you know who
I meant.
sorry. Yeah. So if I'm putting a post out that's talking about a training that I'm going to be doing, and I know that my high school friends have no desire in that post, I'm wasting my percentage of algorithm by hitting those people. So if I want to really just target people that are interested in that element, that's where the custom list can come into play, because I changed the privacy just for that post. Just those people will see that post. Now, tomorrow, I might do a fun personal post and just have everyone see it. Or I might, if I'm maybe involved in a high school reunion, I could change the privacy that only my high school friends are going to see it. Right? So it depends on how you want to use it strategically, because the algorithm. So if I can only hit so many people, and I'm hitting people from high school that have no desire in that training, they're not going to engage. By them not engaging, we don't know percentages. Facebook won't give you that information. Yeah. Luckily, unfortunately, we don't know. All I know is that I can do a post and get 600 engagement. I can do a post and get 300 engagement. So how do I take advantage of that? Right?
I got it.
So it's just about
I'm a little slow, but
that. No. It's just about understanding where I want to use the value of the algorithm. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool. Awesome. So so take that into account, guys. I actually have a video on my YouTube channel called Creating Custom Mini News Feeds. And it walks you through that whole step. Okay, so creating custom mini news feeds is what I called it. And then walk you through the steps as well, but you've got this recording too. Okay, so now what time is it? Jane, how am I doing?
You're great on time. We're just over the hour. Marie does have a question if we could.
Oh, sorry. Yes, sure. Marie.
Thank you. I have a quick question. Just for instance, let's use Jane as an example. Say she wants to target 20 people. She wants to get this information. She makes the list. Is it more beneficial, say I'm in Jane's close circle and she has 5 people who knows what she's doing. So when we get that Facebook post from Jane, we know go in and support her. Will that then build the algorithms and they'll see?
Yeah, so tagging is another great way to get more visibility. When you tag someone in a post, it will go out on their news feed, which means their network of people are going to potentially, see that post. So huge advantage to tagging. At the same time, you can choose to control that. So Jane did a tag yesterday, I believe it was, for the training. I have a setting turned on that I have to approve any of those tags before they go on my personal timeline. Because there are people who will tag us in stuff that you go, really? Right? And you're like, you're not going to take advantage of my network that way. So for those that don't know, I'll show you where to go to turn this feature on. And when you get it, you'll get a notification and it'll tell you what you've been tagged in, and you have an option to approve it, to allow it to go in your timeline, or to hide it. So let me do a share screen. So when you're on your home tab, you're going to click on the drop down arrow in the top right-hand corner of Facebook. And you're going to go to settings and privacy. And I always just go to settings just because everything shows up in here. And down the left, you're going to go to the privacy tab. You're going to see, when they change all this. No, here it is. I apologize. It's in the tab profile and tagging. I apologize for that. Okay. You're going to see this part down here called reviewing. So review posts you're tagged in before the posts appear in your profile. You want to enable this. So you want to turn it on. You'll just click, it'll open, and it will say disabled, change it to enabled. This will give you some control. Okay, so those posts will not go on your timeline till you physically approve it, okay? I encourage all business owners to do this. It even right down to if someone tagged you in a photo, you would get the notification from Facebook to approve it first. So, right, because you want to remember when someone tags you, that information is available to their friends as well as your friends. So it might be something you don't want your friends to see. So now you have the control to say sorry, and you can just hide it. Not that the person's going to know unless they came to your timeline to look, but they won't know whether you put it on your timeline or not. So it just gives you a little bit more control. Okay. So again, that's drop down menu, drop down arrow, top right hand corner, go into settings, and then go into profile and tagging. Okay. All right, so let's talk about a couple of things to do on your actual timeline. All right, and I'm going to go to other people because I've been very delinquent in the last couple of weeks. I went through some personal things, and then I had my son here for a week. So I've been delinquent on what I do normally. So I'm going to go to some other people's profiles who do this quite well. So I'm going to go to Tracy Evans for anyone that does know Tracy. Evans from DreamWims. So every Monday, one of the things that I teach about is, here's what we don't want to fall into the trap of, is constantly selling on our personal timeline, because it's a gray area with Facebook rules. You want to be careful of not getting caught. And really the only way you're getting caught is if someone reports you. And that's why I recommend really think about what you're putting out publicly on your personal timeline. Okay, because publicly anyone can see it. So if you're going to directly sell, just be aware of your privacy settings and that you are at risk, okay, of being shut down. So Mondays, let me find her Monday. I think I know she did a post, so here we go. So this is what I like to teach people, that every Monday, here's a great way for you guys to sell your business without directly selling. Talk about what's on your agenda for the week. So in this one, so Tracy does this every Monday. So, well, that was a busy weekend of work. My week will begin and end a butt-kicking workout with Elizabeth Trickett Matthews. Okay, so she's telling us that she keeps herself in shape. Saturday will be hosted right here at DreamWims if you're looking for an awesome start to your weekend. Now, she just invited us without really inviting us, if you get my point, right? How she writes. The rest of the week is all about gearing up for a full reopening, implementing some changes with programs, updating my website and marketing strategy, and getting clear on the path forward out of lockdown for all things DreamWims. Horses, sheep, and chickens. I've got coaching calls and a grad spotlight to tape, and tonight I'm interviewing a horse for our program. And see what she's doing? She's telling you all these things that she's doing, but indirectly, it's giving you a general idea of what she does for business. So now you have a different perception when you start reading this. It just changes the way we read things. If she had just come straight out and said, hey guys, I'm hosting this event, buy a ticket, boom, 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 odds are you're probably going to kind of skim it, but scroll by. This will allow you to start looking at what is possibly making up my business, and then a quote to go with it. Excuse me. So this is every Monday. You can either, you can bring in personal, you can bring in business. Another lady that does it every Monday as well is Doreen. She's great at it too. And faithfully, every Monday she does this. And she'll talk about what she's got planned for the week. There. So I had a wonderful week. Today is about getting myself organized, set up. I'll be at the cafe. Always a joy to chat. Fem City, Bradford, birthday patio lunch, couple Zooms, right? She's showing me she's busy, but she's enjoying life at the same time because she's doing a birthday patio lunch, right? And again, a quote of some sort, whether it's humor or motivational, to go with it. So break down your week. Let people know what is on my agenda. Am I making customer service calls this week? Most people don't do that anymore. And if you were to see someone write that they were doing customer service calls, it would probably draw your attention in, right? Talk about what you're doing to get your hostesses ready for their party, right? What are you doing for yourself? What's something personal you're doing for yourself? What goal are you trying to achieve this week, right? It will just change the way people read your stuff, and they'll probably read your stuff more often because you're not selling. Okay. So that's on Mondays. Then on Fridays, we do success. I think she's got a success. Where's her Friday post? Yeah. So when it comes to success, one of the things that people don't do enough of is talk about success, right? People, if I'm looking, I'm going to use Jenny again. So let's say I've been following Enyo in the background, and I'm like, you know what? This might be a good business for me. All right. Who's going to be my leader? Who's going to be my upline? This is so important. For those who've never been in direct sales, I can't tell you how important it is who your upline is. Okay. It's a game changer for most people. So I'm now going to research, who do I think is, now, sometimes it's not great to go with friends, okay, because it can affect a relationship. But I'm going to look for someone who I believe is successful. But if you never talk about success, how do I know that? Are you building a team? Are you attending workshops to train yourself? Are you getting, and I don't mean awards in the sense of, it can be just a small certificate, just congratulating you on a great month. I don't care that you're making ridiculous amounts of money. Money to me is not at all a play in this. I just want to know that you're good at what you do. Because if you're good at what you do, odds are you're going to be a good fit for me and be my guide. Okay, so Fridays are a great way to celebrate. So, or you've got new people joining you. You got a new client. If she's cool or he's cool with you tagging them, write a post. I'm so excited to be working with Jane Dissette. I can't wait to get her mind thinking about how to use her personal timeline for business. And then I'm going to have a picture of me like that excited. Wah! Right? You see that I've got a new client. So Patricia Murray's asking me, so about putting a sales post on your business page, you can share it to your personal page. Yes, you can. There is no rules about that. There's no limitations on that. Facebook gives you the option to take a post from your business page and share it to your personal timeline. So please take advantage of that. However, don't go overboard. I would say no more than twice a week from your business page. Because if you start doing more than that, your profile becomes business page driven. And you're going to start losing your engagement. You're going to start losing the algorithms. Okay. So keep that in mind. So start talking about success, and it can be a personal success. You know, I can tell you, I'm a very organized, structured person, crazy sometimes. And I've been recently investing in even more tools to even better myself. So I'm going to talk about that, right? So you know that I'm doing things to make myself better, but also in the end, it's a benefit to my clients. Share your success. Again, I don't care how small it is. Talk about what you're achieving. Talk about who you're meeting. Talk about who's interviewing you or who you're interviewing. Talk about if you're a co-author in a book. Talk about if you hit bonus this month. Did you hit bonus? Did you get an extra 7% on that check? Yes. Yay. Why aren't you telling people? Right? Mondays and Fridays. So the way I've worked my personal for years, Mondays and Fridays were really the only 2 days that I really did that kind of strategic posts. I can tell you I've generated many, many clients through those 2 posts. Interesting enough. It's interesting to find out, like I've received private messages from people going, I didn't know you did that. Can we talk further? Right? Over something that was just small, little. If you're not talking, nobody knows. Okay. Now, in between that, you know, put some fun stuff out. Show your personality. Who are you? Are you going for a walk today? Take a picture of yourself. The best thing you can do, here's a little test for you guys, okay? I want you to do this for 1 week. Every time you go through your news feed, okay, you're scrolling through your news feed, and you stop and you engage, whether you like it or whether you comment. I want you to write down the reason you stopped on that post. And at the end of the week, I want you to look at that list and come up with the reasons why. Where is it? And you might find that you stop mostly, the majority of the time was because you saw a picture of someone you knew. Right? Most of us do that. 99% of the time, it's very rare that we will not click on a photo of someone we know. We always click on it. But at that end of the week, really look at what draws your attention and then go, how can I utilize that in my own stuff? And if that means that pictures of other people draws you in, odds are that's what other people are doing. So start putting pictures of yourself. If you're going for that walk, stop next to the tree, stop next to the river, take a quick selfie. Tell people, I needed to take off for a half an hour today. I needed just to clear my head. You know, simple, but pictures of you. I can't tell you, you guys already know the answer to that question. You know, you stop every time someone puts a picture out. So we need to work with that. Okay. Now, as well in there, think about, you know, motivational quotes, inspirational. Also, think about promoting somebody else. For those that are on my friends list, you know I do this. It's a regular thing for me. I share other business pages, posts. You know, I might never use their services. I might never buy their product. I have a very large network. You can imagine the conflicts. So if I can help by clicking share, very simply, and getting that out to my network, absolutely. Right? Costs me $0 to show to support to someone. And I know that I have a large network. So I know that that's my way of giving back. So do that once, twice during the week. Pick somebody, share one of their posts. If it's, you know, maybe they're teaching us something that you think is valuable that your audience can use. You'll be amazed. People will return the favor. It's just what we do, right? Any questions on posting on your personal timeline?
Quick
They may
question.
all be speechless.
Yes.
Can the custom groups, can you do those in private Facebook groups?
Oh, no. Unfortunately, no. So here's your trick, though, right? As soon as you start having some type of a conversation with someone in a group, send them a friend request right away. And as soon as they accept, go in and assign them to a list. So it could be new networking contacts and assign them to that list. And then you make it part of, okay, this is a potential new, whatever that person's going to become for you.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to start really networking with them. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Brilliant. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Right. Yeah. So that's why it's really important. Get those lists created first. Really think about strategically how you can utilize these lists and what they should be called, the groups of people you're filtering in. And then think of all the elements you're doing on Facebook and going, where do they come into play? And like you brought up with groups, right? We meet so many people in groups. Well, how do I take advantage of that? The only way is to get them on your friends list, right? So that you can move them into a list. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So I will do some basic, I'm going to just do some basic little cleanup things for you guys to make your time on Facebook a little more organized. Okay. Shortcuts. You'll see this when you're sitting on your home tab. Hopefully this is not going away. This is what I was panicking on this morning. But you'll see that there's an edit button next to your shortcuts. You can pin certain elements. I think 10 is the max, and then Facebook will automatically sort for you in essence. I'm not sure what the word I was looking for. So what you can do is if there's 10 main elements like business pages or groups that you want at your fingertips, you can go in and you want to pin them to top, pin to top. So let's say I start networking in a new group. I'm going to try to find it. I can search. So let's do this one because I know she's a new group. Where's this one here? So Canadian Women, by the way, if you haven't joined this group, great group. I've only been networking in there about 3 or 4 months now, but great group. So I want this so that I don't have to keep searching. I want it at my fingertips. I can change this to pin to top, and I'm going to hit save. And what you're going to see is it's now sitting here. So when you click the see more button, the 10, I'm pretty sure it's only 10, will be here, plus any additional ones that Facebook recommends based on your activity. So this will just help you, because if you have heard or participated or have listened to the recording from the groups, that training we did, I said to you that you should be networking in a minimum of 3 groups on a daily basis. Add those groups right here to your shortcuts. So now you log in the morning, go right here, click the group, go into the group, do what you need to do your networking, your engagement, click home, go to the next group, do your engagement, okay? Saving you time, there's no searching, all right? So set that baby up. So Susie, Susie can't find shortcuts. So it went missing this morning, Susie, or last night, which set me in major panic mode. But it's sitting here right now. So to be honest with you, I can't tell you if they're eliminating this or not. Okay. It wasn't there last night. And when I put it out to, thank you, Marlene. When I put it out to my audience on my business page, I've had numerous comments this morning that people don't have shortcuts. So fingers crossed they're not getting rid of this, okay? The other thing, news feeds. Nobody really pays attention of making their news feed work for them. So you could choose as you're scrolling to clean up a news feed. You'll see next to every single post, there are 3 dots and you're given different options of what you can do with that post. All right, and I'm gonna be straight up with you with this whole COVID thing. There were certain individuals that we're still friends. We have different opinions. We're still going to be friends, but I needed to unfollow some of them because I just didn't want to see what they were putting out on social media. So you can choose to unfollow someone. You're still friends. They won't know that you unfollowed them. It just means you will no longer see their stuff in your news feed. Okay. Now you can also just snooze someone. 30 days wouldn't have worked in this case because COVID took over a year. However, you can snooze someone for 30 days. So during, when it's time to vote in the new Justin Trudeau or whatever's going to happen there, you might want to snooze people for 30 days. You might not want to hear what's all going on in the background. At the same time, I'm just going to open up thing. Marlene, what about Facebook Lives on personal page? Go for it. When it comes to lives, they're the biggest bang for your buck. Don't panic, guys. Listen, don't panic if nobody shows up when you're live. Here's the reality. When you go live, and you've seen this, Facebook will send out notifications. Tammy Hudgin is live right now. If you don't log into your Facebook till 2 hours later, that notification is still sitting there. So if anything, if you're interested in what I went live about, you're going to click it. It will take you to it. It's now a recorded video. Anytime, Facebook loves video. So anytime, if you're comfortable doing video, go for it. If you're going for a walk, instead of a selfie, go live, right? Take 2 minutes to do a quick live and show them where you're at, because someone needs that right at that moment. I trust you. Someone, or trust me, trust you. Someone is going to comment and say, I so needed that right now. Thank you. Okay. So now you can clean up your news feed this way through the dots, or if you click the drop down arrow in the top right hand corner of Facebook, go to settings and privacy and go to news feed preferences. News feed preferences. You can do this all in one shot. So this is going to open up. It's going to give you all people and pages. So pages that you follow and people on your friends list. You will be able to unfollow, follow, whatever it might be, if it ever pops up. Something isn't working. This may be because of a technical error. So who knows? I'm going to try one more time just in case. Basically, what you will visually see in here, it will have some sections for you. The first section will be people that you want to make sure. I think the first section is people you want to make sure you're following. So now you can go through and click on people you specifically want to say, yes, yes, please make sure I'm following them. Then there'll be a grouping of people you can unfollow. You know what? I don't want to see their stuff anymore, and you can unfollow them. So it will be a quicker way, and there'll be pages in there as well. It'll be a quicker way for you to clean up a news feed in one shot. Now, let's say there is someone though that you really don't want to miss what they're posting. So Pamela Wood just posted this, but let's say I wasn't online right now and I don't come on for 2 hours later. We all know our newsfeed changes very quickly, right? I don't want to miss what Pamela's posting. Well, if I actually go to Pamela's account, under the, is it on here? No, it should have been, where's my little friend? Oh, there. Under this little friends thing here, friends tab, there's a button here that says favorites. If you click favorites, it will automatically leave their posts sitting at the top of your news feed until you physically scroll by it. So it will sit and wait for you. So this is really cool if there's some very strategic people that you don't want to miss what they're posting. And I do. I have my kids set up this way. I don't want to miss, not that my kids really post on Facebook. It's not their platform. So when they do, I don't want to miss it. So I mark them as favorites. Okay. You can have as many favorites as you want. Don't go overboard, because then that's all your news feed is going to be anyway. So what's the point? But just know if there's anyone specific, you can use that feature to make sure you don't miss it. Critical info to unfollow or snooze. Hello, I love that. I've done that a live video on my walk. What a cool feature. Yeah. Anytime, guys, I can't stress the importance of bringing you into your business. There's too much selling on Facebook. That's the biggest complaint now. It's only gotten worse with COVID because we're all trying to survive with business. So we're selling so much more, and we've lost the personality. We've lost who we are. We've lost the personal connections. So if you can, you know, it doesn't mean that you have to be constantly talking to people, but showcasing who you are on a personal level through your feed is just a great way to get people to see where you're at and see some of the things that you love to do. I've met some great people that were on my friends list that we've never had conversations, have reached out because of photography, because they also have a passion for photography. If I didn't share that I do it for fun, it's a hobby, I wouldn't have met other people, right? Because they would never have known. So it's okay. Bring this out front. Don't make your personal all about business. Bring some of that personal element, and you can still strategically do business, but use pictures of yourself, right? As soon as you use a picture of yourself, we turn it into a more personal post. We're viewed differently than if I do a stock photo or if I do a promotional visual, right? You all know that. How many of you guys have done it? Scroll on by when you see that promotional post, you go, I got no time for that. So, but if Jane put up a picture of herself, Jane Doucette or Jane Ward put a picture up of themselves, I'm going to stop. Now you've got me reading your post. And now I go, oh, good job. She got me to read her post because she put a picture of herself and she's selling to me, but she got me to read it. Very different, right? We just think differently when we see things. First impression. Okay. So I think, Jane, I think we should probably do a Q&A, because I know we wanted to do a couple of things at the end. I think time-wise, we should be good. Or
Absolutely. And I do know Marlene has her hand up.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Marlene.
Hey, Tammy, thank you so much. These like so many notes have taken. You just blown my brain, and it's like, how come I never knew all this before? So thank you. But I do have another question, and going back to doing Facebook Lives, whether now I'm going to flip-flop between the personal page and a group. Before, you could click on Seen By and see the list of people who actually viewed the live.
Yeah.
And that's gone. Is there any reason?
I don't know what's going on. So you're also going to see there's not much left on Facebook that allows us to actually see people. And I don't know if it's obviously a privacy issue. And I don't know if this is being triggered by this whole change that went through with the iPhone. I'm not sure if you'd seen this. So iPhone went after Facebook for some privacy things. So anyone with an iPhone, they have a whole different privacy platform, and not that it's different visually, you wouldn't know it's different, but how it works is done differently now because Facebook's not allowed to release certain information. So I don't know if now Facebook is implementing that right across the board. The only place I know now that you can see people's see their names visually that they've either read or viewed your post is in groups under 250 members. So far, they haven't shut that option down. And anywhere else, nope.
Yeah, because sometimes you'll see how many views you've had.
It'll
even
show you
on,
how many, but not
who.
Yeah.
Only if somebody likes or comments, you will see. So
or if they're live with you at the time.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a bit tricky. Okay, so
Yeah.
is it different than looking at that on your iPhone versus on your laptop?
No, it's going to be, it'll be the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I say the only thing left that I know of is if you have a group under 250 members, you can still see that information.
Yeah, I have
Other
one
than
like
that, I
that, and I just checked because I have one. I just did a short live the other day in a private group, and when
How many members?
click on it, it's under 200. I don't even know how many I have.
So you want to go to the original post.
Oh no, you know what? It's over 200.
Okay. Yeah. So unfortunately, I don't know if we'll ever see anything come back because of this whole iPhone issue
Okay.
that came up. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that. Because it was like, things change and you go like, what happened? Like you with the shortcuts, where'd it go? Like, where'd it go? What happened? They changed it and they didn't tell us they changed it.
No, you would not believe the things that have changed without them notifying. And we just find out. I have found a lot of stuff just through trainings. I'll be doing a training session and go, oh, whoa, hang on a second. This is new. This wasn't. So yeah, they change almost daily. There's new changes and they don't notify. You just find out by fluke.
Darn. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I believe Abby has a question.
A little bit of information. My shortcut was gone. I refreshed and it was back.
Oh. Oh, I think we lost you, Abby.
But also, they have. Oh, can you hear me now?
Okay, there you are. I can hear you now.
Okay, okay. The additional information is that they have multiple servers throughout North America, throughout the world.
Right.
So not everybody's going to lose their shortcuts and regain them at the same time.
Yeah, it's a rollout with any changes they make in Facebook, and they usually start in the States. Any new features come in, they roll them out into the States for beta. As that progresses, they slowly move them into Canada and the rest of the world. So some of us will get it sooner than others. If, for example, we all know there's a new business page layout. You're not going to be happy. I can tell you that right now because of how you have to get to the page and be able to work your page as your page and as personal is just frustrating. However, out of the 35 pages I look after, only one has flipped. And that flipped like 3 months ago. So not everybody is changing at the same time, which makes it difficult because, right, learning is hard when some people are further ahead than others because of what version of Facebook you're using. In essence, yeah, very difficult to work with. Patricia, Marlene joined Tammy's group. Oh, creating your presence, and she keeps up. Yes, I do have an actual Facebook group called Creating Your Presence. And as anytime I know of changes, I do my best to keep everybody updated inside that group. I don't use the group to sell. It's a place for you to ask questions about any social media. I am your Facebook girl, but I will answer questions about other social media, and I keep you up to date with what's going on. So thank you for that, Patricia. It can be valuable to just be on top of things as much as I can be on top of it. Facebook, I really don't work for Facebook. Some people think I do. I don't actually work for them, so I have no idea what they're doing. I find out at the same time as everybody else. Okay, any
other questions?
All right, let me see. I can do a few more things then. You go back here. All right. So one of the things when it comes to working your personal account is really key, right? Because we know that the algorithms is where we get the most visibility. So one of the things I want to stress with you guys when it comes to networking inside groups, I'm going to go into this group here. I think it's really important that you're networking as you. Okay, this is me. I don't join pages I don't join groups as my business page. I don't feel that again, it's perception. If you see me write a post and it's in my business page name, you've already made a decision instantly about that post. So odds are you're not going to read it. So I think it's really important that when you're working groups that you join them as your personal and really just pay attention to who's in these groups, start engaging, and then do your friend requests. Creep them, creep people. Okay, I'm going to go creep this girl. Okay, there's nothing wrong with doing this. How are you going to find out if this potential Christina, who I've started a conversation with in this group, how do I know if, maybe I find out that she loves photography as well. Now I have a great way to continue our conversation outside of the group. I can't know that if I don't go and creep her. And actually, she doesn't really have much. I don't even know what she does for work. Yeah, let me see. That's just showing me what she did in the group. Let me view her main profile. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize it was still showing me in the group. Okay, so she puts out a fair amount of stuff, actually. There's her business. So now I'm like, oh, right? And odds are I'm probably going to go to her business page, check it out. She is in a relationship. Let's look at photos. Do I get an idea of what she does? And you're kind of like, oh my God, like instantly I'm going, Tracy Evans would love this woman. I've already figured out someone on my friends list that would have a great connection with this lady. So now maybe that's how this plays out. Maybe this isn't about me making a connection for me. Maybe this is about me making a connection for two people that could end up with a great relationship. So it's okay to go do your creeping, right? At this point, I make a decision. Now, she doesn't allow us to friend request her. Okay, that's a good learning thing. We're going to all check to make sure that everyone can friend request you. But at this point, I make a decision if I want to friend request her. And then what is my next step? Do I want to send her a message? Here's one thing I don't want you ever do. Please don't. When I accept your friend request, please don't send me a message right away asking me to host, asking me to sign up on your team, asking me to buy product, asking me to use your services. If that's your first message to me, I will answer you politely. Absolutely. I will not be rude to you, but I will let you know that I'm not interested. And I could have been, but you lost me right off the bat. Okay. I might have been your next hostess if you'd taken the time to actually talk to me instead of trying to sell to me right off the bat. So please don't ever do that to people. Okay. It is one of the worst marketing styles I've ever seen. Jane War said, horses make me think to connect them with, is it Marie? Is that how you say your name? M-I-R-E-E? Is it said Marie? It's just such a cool spelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Now you have a connection. Christina Johnston. Right? So this is how you can start building your friends list. You get an opportunity to build a friends list of 5,000 people. Okay. You need to take advantage of that, right? I want to at 46. Take advantage. These people can be very valuable to you, right? As long as you understand what your relationship is going to be with them. Some of these people started out as business who have become phenomenal personal friends of mine. And I love it. Jane just said, here's a woman that I met not through Facebook. We met on over the internet, but I had never met her in person. She lives in Nova Scotia. And I can tell you the first time I met her in person when she came up to Toronto, we instantly hugged each other. We had never met in person, but it was like so instant because we just built a great relationship. Elaine Silverthorne, she's another one on the call. Same thing. Patricia Murray. I went away with Patricia Murray. I met Patricia on Facebook in a networking group, and we did a week in Los Cabos together. Her, myself, another lady, and my daughter. We had such a great time, right? Jenny, I've actually met, yes, we've met. Yeah, with Jenny Hall and I, in all honesty, I don't think that I've ever felt a disconnect with her. It's always been, right? And I'm thinking we met at least twice, but it's the same thing, right? You meet people, you start these conversations, and then when you actually, and you might have gone in it with a whole different opinion, in the sense of you might have went in and said, oh my God, she is going to be so great for me on a referral element, right? So you might go in thinking that, and you come out with something totally different that's pretty amazing. Susie, oh my God, Los Cabos, well, watching Capital of the World for my darling Graywell's jealous. Yeah, it was actually a really cool trip, by the way. So you just, honestly, guys, you don't know where these relationships will go. All I can tell you, if you're not selling yourself, if you're not building relationships, you will grow your business. Don't get me wrong. You're still going to build, but you will not build at a level that feels authentic, that feels like you're getting success, right? You put a lot of effort into this and you're going, oh my God, I'm just not seeing the return for the amount of effort I'm putting in. Well, look at the effort you're putting in. Where are you putting that effort and how are you selling it? Right? I have given you guys some crazy tools that just gets you going. Now I don't mind putting the effort in. Now I don't mind committing the time because I already envision how this is going to play out. I already know what I can potentially do with this. And it just changed your whole mindset of how you were selling. And you will start to see a whole different way of how people perceive you out there. Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you. Marlene, do you have another question? I know your hand is still raised. Okay.
I don't know how you see that. Oh.
Just checking. Want to give you the opportunity. Any other questions? Patricia, yes, go ahead.
So whenever I go to like a post or go in to interact, it tells me that I'm interacting as my business. How can I go back in and get out of that? It used to show me like a picture of my business page and my personal page, and I could go in and put personal, but I'm not seeing that anymore.
Are you talking in groups?
No, like in groups as well as just a person like I know off the street.
So in groups, you'll find the change is sitting to the right underneath the cover photo. Okay. So when you go into your group, if you joined the group as both your business page and your personal, when you go to the group, you'll see the little profile picture. It'll be sitting just under the cover photo to the right. Click that and it will allow you to switch.
Okay.
On a business page, it's in the same, that's where they moved it to. It used to be under the post. They have now also moved it just under your cover photo. So when you go to your business page, right, if you want to comment on somebody, someone commented on your post and you want to reply as Patricia, just on your cover photo, you'll see the little icon there. Click that. It will allow you to change it. So anywhere else you might see it, just always look at the top of the wall, in essence, to see if you see the little icon to change it.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that also apply, Tammy, if you want to share something from a business page to your own page?
Yeah. So in order,
sharing to my personal page.
Yeah. So I'll show you, because you have to, no matter what now, guys, when you go to your business page. All right. Let me move this out of the way. Anything I do at this point is as my business page. So if there's anything I want to do as my personal, you'll see it just under your cover photo. To the right is the icon now. So you'll click on the icon, change it to your personal. Now, when I go to a post, so you'll see it's my face now. I can go to a post, and when I click share, I will now have the option to share to my news feed, which is your timeline.
No, this was sharing to my own page from someone else's page, someone else's business.
Oh, so
Or maybe
if
I
you,
shouldn't be
oh,
doing
no,
that. Maybe I
that's
shouldn't do it
okay.
anyway.
You don't want, it depends on how you're utilizing that feature. There is benefits to that, but if it's, if you were sharing something from She's Got Legs page,
No.
no? Okay. So from someone else's page, if you want to share it to your page, it's always going to show up as your business page. You can't, it doesn't, there's zero benefit to share to your business page as Elaine.
No, it was sharing.
That's okay.
Sharing
Yeah.
something fun that someone
Yeah.
else had shared, and I couldn't get it onto my own page.
Onto your business page or your personal?
No, my personal.
Oh, sorry. And this, okay. That's because if the post is not set to public.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. In order
on
for you to be
them.
able to share, you have to, yeah, it has to be public. That's like if you're in a group, guys, and you see a post that says attachment unavailable. That means the person shared it into the group, but they had their privacy settings set that you can't see it because you're not on their friends list. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So if it's not set to public, so if you really want to share it, that's where people comment and say, can you make this public so I can share it? And then they change the privacy and now all of a sudden you have a share button. So whenever there's no share button, it means the post is not public.
No, I could share it. I just couldn't get it onto my personal page. It seemed to go
That's
to my
weird.
business page. This is why I thought maybe it was.
No.
Oh, okay.
I need, if you remember, can you send me that actual post and let me the link to where that post is sitting, if you remember, and let me see what she's done on her end to see why you wouldn't have been able to.
Okay. I thought maybe it was, I didn't have it set to the my right person.
It would, yeah, I have to see how she put it out there to know where it's coming from originally, and then I can tell you how or why you can't share it.
No, maybe I shouldn't have been sharing it anyway. But I did ask her.
There you go, right?
I did ask her.
Tammy,
So there you go. There's a reason why.
Tammy, when you find the answer, maybe if you could share it in the Selling on the Spot Market.
Yeah, I will.
Community for us, we'd appreciate
Right?
that. Now, I know a few of you still have questions. I'm glad that now the questions are coming out. We're also
Yeah.
really short on time. I know Heather has raised her hand like several times, so we're going to go to Heather first and then Elka.
There's a quick question though, just that I can answer quickly in the chat from Susie. So can you share business posts to your personal page, even when there's a ton of hashtags and stuff? No problems. Yes, you may. Just know if you're using hashtags, they only work technically in a public environment. Otherwise, they kind of are useless unless you're using them in a group for people to find content. Otherwise, if you're putting them on your personal and they're set to friends, the value has diminished in essence. Okay, but yes, you can share, no problem, no issues at all.
Awesome. Heather, go ahead.
How can I find a list of my favorites? So I actually went in to check my mom, like the kids and stuff, and I want to say, okay, so who else have I made a favorite? Is there a list somewhere?
It might actually be in the news feed preferences that I couldn't get to load. It kept coming up with a technical. I think it's one of the actual categories. If you don't see it there, Heather, please reach out to me and I will find it. That's the only place I believe it is. Otherwise, no. Sadly.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent. And Elka, go ahead.
It's not really a question, but I know that when you're saying something about the post that you can't share it, if you actually click on the original post, like
yes,
and I know there's 3 dots on the upper right-hand corner, I think it is. You can actually bring that menu down, and it will say share external, save to your phone, and something else. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Well, does that work on?
No. So, okay. So if someone just wrote a post and posted it, no matter what you do, if it's set to friends, you just can't share it. If someone wrote a post on a business page and I decide to share it on my personal, okay, automatically it's going to have a share button because the original post is set to public. So when someone clicks on it, it opens up that window and now a share button will be there. Otherwise, all you're going to ever be able to do is like save it. And then you're like, well, that's great, but I can't do anything with the save because it's only for me at that point. So the only way visually you can get it further out is either copy and paste it as a new post or find a share button, but it has to be set to public at some point for you to be able to share it. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Jane, did you have a question? I saw your hand earlier. Please unmute.
Yeah, going back to the lady that you found in a group.
Yes.
And initially it came up as her group profile.
Yes.
Right. What did you do to switch it to personal? Because I run into that all the time.
So just under her cover photo, there is going to be a button there that says view main profile. And if you click that, it will now take you to their actual profile.
Okay, cool. Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And Jane, you said?
Yes, I just wanted to say this has been an amazing training, Tammy, and I've learned so much, and I have so much to put into practice that it's going to make it fun, and I feel like it's going to make me more organized.
Yeah. Right. It's really comes down to knowing what features are there and how you can utilize them to really structure your marketing, but be organized. So you're not wasting all this time spinning your wheels going, this isn't working, this isn't working, this isn't working. And I'm just wasting. Now you've got some strategic stuff that if you sit down and actually plan it, right, it can be huge. I mean, you know, I was very fortunate in the direct sales industry. That's ultimately, it was Facebook that built my Leah Sophia business. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I didn't know a soul when I launched that business, and I strictly marketed on Facebook, and it was phenomenal. And it was just about getting myself structured, organized, understanding what features I can use to my best ability. There's things that people use. I'm like, why are they wasting their time? Like, I don't see value in it, right? And it might work for them. You might find other features that work better for you. So don't stop looking for features in Facebook, because they are constantly bringing, like, groups. I'm telling you, every day I go in, there's new features in groups. They're phenomenal to start working. And I know, Jane, you have a VIP group. Look at really what's in there. You can take, the groups can become so valuable from a marketing standpoint for us, right? When we can build, that's like our niche market. That's like our hot market. Oh, right, where I can access them and not offend anybody. I don't have to do any special privacy settings or custom settings for who's going to see what, right? I can sell to them and not feel bad about it. I can teach them and know that they're getting value, right? I can really build my relationship. So groups can be so beneficial to us. And you can organize the group to be beneficial to the end user as well. Sometimes we forget we're doing everything for ourselves. We forget about the end user. So look at everything that Facebook offers from a feature standpoint and go, how does this benefit the end user, my client? How do I make this so it's valuable to them? Because in the end, it's valuable to you no matter what. So how do I make it valuable to them? So thank you, Jane. Thank you.
Thank you for that. We're short on time, and
yeah, sorry.
Love to do, that's okay. That's okay. You have so much value. We're all listening. We're all paying attention. We're ready to write even more, but we're running out of time. So, Jane, what actually took us exactly where I wanted to go was to give you shout outs, and I would prefer to capture them. So if somebody wants to share an aha or something from today's event especially, I really need them to be like 20-30 seconds. Please raise your hand, because I'd like to spotlight you if you want to give a shout out. So thank you for that. Jenny, please go ahead.
I want to thank Tammy Hudgin so much for this training. You have taken the guesswork out of Facebook and how it can be used to our benefit, the benefit of my business, and not be pulling my hair out while doing it. So thank you.
Thank you. Mwah.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Anybody else? Yep. Marcia, is that a yes? Yeah. Okay, let me just grab your spotlight.
Yeah,
okay,
I just want to say, Tammy, this has been so valuable because I used to think, well, you know, I'm sort of maximizing Facebook. No, I wasn't. Not until I met you and groups.
Thank you.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Thank you to Jane and Tammy. Thank you.
Thank you. Mwah.
Thank you so much for that. Absolutely. Anybody else?
Susie's got her hand up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on, we're where's Susie on my screen? Okay, let me just spotlight you. Okay,
Hi,
good.
thanks. Hi. Tammy, I just wanted to say, like, what's so weird as I'm thinking about all the effort I make and how much resources I put into my business. I don't think I've taken Facebook seriously. Like, I've never taken a Facebook training. And I don't really understand that as I'm really thinking about how much I use Facebook, how much potential there is. I haven't been taking it seriously. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think there's been so much controversy around Facebook that I just think that people really didn't give it the benefit that it should, or what it deserves, because it's truly, for me, I think it's the best platform out there for building businesses.
Marlene, did you have one as well?
Sure.
Marlene has the last one. Thank you.
Okay, I just want to say also, like everybody else, thank you, Tammy, for all your wisdom and knowledge, because I too, I mean, I use Facebook for business all the time, but I haven't tapped into so much. There's so much potential that you've just opened the floodgates for us today and for me personally. And I can't wait to go on and try all this and just get moving on it. So thank you immensely. I'm so glad I signed up. And I just signed up today to do this course.
Thank you. Oh, you're going to love the recordings on the other stuff.
I can't wait for the groups now that everybody's going groups.
And yeah, guess what? Strategically, last night I promoted this event one more time. That's how Marlene and a few extra people have joined us. Because even though the dates didn't work earlier, that's fine. We knew we were recording them. I knew that this was going to be tremendous value. So to recap, because this has been a tremendous series of 3 Facebook trainings. So again, whether you've been here with us live or on the replay only, each of you get the replays. Please invest the time. Go through each 2 hours. Set aside probably 3 or 4 hours just to pause and apply, pause and apply. But don't stress yourself out by how much there is you could put into action, because today alone was huge. That's actually why I wanted, when Tammy and I put this together, that's why I wanted the personal page to be the second or the third, because I wanted you guys to already see, because you often think that the business page is the one that you should work on, or hey, I'm doing things in groups, am I doing it right, or I have my own group, how do I get more people into it, or how am I more strategic there? And I'm like, just wait till we get to the personal page.
I know, it just blows it out of the water.
I'm so excited. So, and today alone, by far, this is my favorite training, because I've been following Tammy. I have been a part of her private group for a while now and implementing slowly, and this lights fire under me as well. But also, there's a lot here, especially today, that I didn't know yet. So I especially love today because, first of all, backing up your page, backing up your content, that was our first aha within about the first 3 minutes there. Then creating lists. I think I knew they were there, I just didn't really think about how to do them. I always thought of that as something like in our CRM, how we can tag people, and never really thought about how we can do that in Facebook. And I've built Selling on the Spot Marketplace 90-something% of the way through Facebook. And I just went, oh my God, this takes it to a whole other level. Jenny and I were private messaging, because like I said, I care so much about my community. I'm not kidding. My eyes teared up when you taught me that. Because I'm like, this is a game changer for us. Because I get taken care of by taking care of my people. So
I don't think we realize, right? We focused so much all these years on business in essence that we just really didn't understand the value of what a personal timeline can bring for us, and using us. We're the best marketing tool out there.
Absolutely. Relationships first. And I always say,
absolutely,
the fact that Selling on the Spot Marketplace is called selling. We are relationships first. Absolutely. We're our community. So, and then you taught us mini news feeds. I'm going to have to listen to go through that portion again. And then the 10-1-10. Wow. Whole other game changer. Everyone in the global community, if you're not with us yet, please be joining the Selling on the Spot Marketplace global community, because I promise we're going to do something to help you even more so now that we learned that. So Tammy, you know, like please
you.
give her a round of applause, a bow, a
Thank
standing
you.
ovation, something.
Thank you.
You by far were the #1 person, the only person, quite frankly, I thought of to come to for Facebook
Thank
training.
you.
So I'm thrilled and honored that you chose to partner with me. This has been tremendous. For all of you again that are here live or watching the replay, yes, absolutely. Please lift Tammy up. Lift up Selling on the Spot as well. Join us.
Yep.
And know that this training is going to be soon put on the Selling on the Spot marketplace.com website for others to purchase so that they can train and learn all this to grow their businesses. And those of you that are also affiliates or want to be affiliates for Selling on the Spot, guess what? We're going to help you also earn a commission on that. Tammy gets a nice kickback on that as well. It's a win-win-win for everybody. Let's all lift up all the business owners that we want to help so that they can get this valuable training. So with that, one more time, thank you, thank you, thank you, Tammy. I'm so appreciative. If you're not following her already, creating your presence, please be checking out her page. Thank you everyone for joining us today, and see you at another Selling on the Spot event.
Thank you.
Bye. It was awesome.